بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day to everyone. So basically my session will be in the afternoon, but I cannot manage to deliver synchronized, okay, because I have a workshop as a speaker in the afternoon. So I record this video for you, for student to basically to know about literature review. Okay, it is about a basic thing that you have to know in preparing your proposal or also in preparing your thesis later on. Okay, so I'm covering the topic of a literature review. I will explain a bit about on how to search literature, on how to write, on how to get the papers from the resources from the internet. Okay, so let's begin with the session. Okay, all right, this is the presentation outline. Basically, I'll only cover the first three, which is my profile, introduction, research proposal. Okay, and then I will cover some of preparation of thesis and also tense in proposal and thesis. Okay, so the chapter 5 and 6, which is proposal, defense, and viva voice, will be covered by Dr. Raimi later on, I think in this week as well. Okay, a bit about me. This is me. My full name is Muhammad Hanif Ramli. I obtained my first degree in biomedical engineering in UTM in 2012. So later I furthered my PhD study in the same university, and I did my attachment in UPM Madrid, Universitat Politécnica de Madrid, Spain, and I got the PhD in 2015. So before joining UTM, I was working in industry for 1 year, and later I did my postdoctorate research in University Kebangsaan Malaysia in 2016, and this is my current position as a senior lecturer and chair for student development of School of Biomedical Engineering and Health Sciences, Faculty of Engineering, and I acting as a deputy director of Medical Devices and Technology Center, Meditech in UTM as well. Okay, about my expertise, I do a lot on biomechanics, biomaterials, rehabilitation engineering, and biomedical design. So any related research that covering biomechanics, biomaterial, rehabilitation, and biomedical design, I do it in my laboratory in level 4 in a VO1 building. Okay, this is my teaching course. I teach several courses for undergraduate student and also for master student. Okay, including introduction to biomedical engineering, static and dynamic lab 2, CDIO lab, and PBL lab. Apart from that, I teach solid mechanics as well, rehabilitation engineering, biomedical system design. And then for the master courses that I teach is biomechanics and also research methodology. Okay, so before we go further about literature review, I think I have to introduce you the research process that you will go through along the way in your FYP, in your final year project. Okay, this is the simple flow of research process. Start with research title and scope. So the research title normally will be given by the supervisor to the student. Okay, so the student will choose their desired title for FYP, Okay, normally supervisor will propose a title. It is also happen in my previous experience where the student came to me and propose a title. So that one is also acceptable. Okay, as long as the supervisor agree to supervise the student with the proposed title, then this one is okay. Okay, the second one. Oh, sorry. Okay, the second one is about a research proposal. Okay, once you get the title and scope from the supervisor, you have to write a proposal. And in the proposal, you have to write literature review. Okay, it is under chapter 2. Okay, so basically, once you write the literature review, you will understand the current trend of research in your field. Okay, let's say you are taking biomaterial, you will understand the material of what, of bone, for example. If you are doing bone, then you will familiar with the material of bone. Okay, so research proposal is a second flow. You are proposing on how you will conduct the research. Okay, there are many chapters in research proposal, including chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 literature review, chapter 3 methodology, okay, chapter 4 expected results, okay, and then references. And normally I will suggest students to use template, UTM template. Okay, so you can download from the website. Actually, I will share you the link later on. Okay, and then the third one is experiment, data analysis, and etc. So once you have the research proposal, you define the research proposal, you get approval from the panel and also the supervisor, then you can conduct the experiment, the data analysis, the data collection, and so on, based on your proposed plan. Okay, all right. So the last one is thesis or dissertation. So once you have the experiment data, you have the results. Okay, you follow the correct methodology. You have to write everything in your thesis. So you have to discuss the results, and this is the thing that we will assess you for your FYP. Okay, some bit about a level of research. Maybe this one is not really related to the section, the literature review section, but I want to introduce to you a bit. Okay, so level of research according to degree level, we do have a 3 degree level. Okay, a bachelor degree, master degree, and PhD degree. Okay, so if you look at the bachelor degree, it is the process, the learning process in conducting a simple research analysis with correct methodology. Okay, the bachelor degree have own research as well, but it is a learning process. Okay, to conduct simple research with the correct methodology. Okay, if you compare with master, master is intensively solving a problem using more advanced methodology. So you will do more experiment, for example. You will analyze more data. Okay, the scope is bigger than bachelor degree. So for the PhD, is much more bigger than those two master and bachelor degree, which is you have to conduct. Okay, you have to conduct many analysis with advanced methodology and proposing a new method, device, material, or policy or technique. Okay, all right, this is the level of research. Okay, give me 1 minute to close this one. Okay, research proposal. Some introduction about research proposal. You have to include this element. You have to include your idea, your scope, objective must be written. Your plan to do the experiment simulation. Okay, and then literature. So before you have the methodology, the correct methodology, in your research, you have to do a literature search, and then you have to read through the papers, some papers that are related to your field. Okay, in general, a proposal is a written, workable, well-planned ideas within a specific scope to achieve targeted objective. Okay, so a bit about research proposal in different level. We do have bachelor or master and PhD. Okay, so bachelor have title simple problem statement, have objective, scope, significant literature, materials and methodology, expected results, and the last one is conclusion. So for the master, it is similar like bachelor. The content is similar but more intensive and deeper. You have to go through a lot. You have to find out the gap of research from the literature. Okay, how relevant is your study to community? For example, you have to relate your study, and then your study, is it related? Is it relevant to community? And then for the master and PhD, specific or suitable method, consider samples, benefits, something new. Is it something new for the community, for the industry? Okay. And then the last one, how much papers that student can publish from master and PhD? Okay, it is a contribution to knowledge, but a bachelor, it is not compulsory. Okay, it is not compulsory to publish a paper. Okay. All right. Content in research proposal, as I mentioned, there are 4 chapters in your research proposal. Okay. In our school, practically there is no template for research proposal. You can use UTM thesis template. Okay, so I suggest my student to use UTM thesis template to prepare a proposal. Okay, but these other important elements need to be included. Okay, you have to include title, chapter 1, chapter 2, literature review. For example, you have to put some anatomy information of bone and tissue in your literature. And then maybe you have to discuss a bit about previous studies that related to your field. Okay, chapter 3. Okay, what kind of collection, data collection you will go through. Okay, modeling finite element, for example. And then result discussion. Okay, expected result actually. Okay, conclusion and reference. And we will go deeper on chapter 2, which is literature review. Okay, there is the chapter 2, okay, in your research proposal. So you have to prepare literature review. So what is a literature review? So it is your review, comment, talk that coming from your reading, understanding, or what you have read, on what you have read. Okay, so you get the paper from the Google Scholar, for example. You have to read everything: introduction, methodology, result and discussion, and conclusion. Then from that paper, you have to summarize the finding, the conclusion, the understanding in your own words. Okay, so the flow is below. So you have to search for literature, papers, book, etc. Okay, normally for paper we can get it online. Okay, no need to go library. Okay, so there are other method. There are several methods to search literature. So in this section I will show you one method only. Okay, one search engine only on how to get the paper. Okay, so once you get the papers or books, you have to read, go through the paper, go through the book, and make sure that you understand. Okay, so you have to read carefully the methodology that normally applied by a researcher in the world. Okay, so you have to capture important information. Okay, not all information you have to include in your literature review, but some maybe one or two information. Okay, for example, in my field, for example, I'm looking at the yield strength of material. Okay, so let's say bone having a yield strength of 170 megapascal. Okay, and this value was found from a literature. So I will use this information to relate with my study. Okay, to relate with my study. So I can put a discussion in my literature, or maybe in the thesis. You can put the discussion about the information that we get from the paper. Okay, so the last thing is write it in on your words. So you have to rephrase. You cannot copy and paste 100%. Okay, that one is plagiarism. Okay, you have to write in your own words. Okay, use your creativity. Okay, your mind, your creativity on how to structure the sentence in your literature for your literature review. Okay, there is the sources that you can get literature. There are many scientific literature available. Okay, one of them is book. Okay, so some research is a fundamental research. So you have to refer maybe equation. Equation can be found from the book. Okay, so you have to refer book, and then the common literature that we get it is from journals. Okay, there are many journals in the website. You can search online. Okay, you normally there are two different journal. The journal can be free accessible, and the other one is open close. So the free one you can get it from the website straight away, but the close access, it is depend on the university. Okay, so if UTM purchase that journal or publisher, we can download the journal, the papers from the website, but we have to use a UTM internet lah to download the papers. Okay, apart from those two familiar literature, we can get it DVDs as well, CD books, website. So we are often to use website. Okay, this one is not good for a researcher. So normally we cite journal, we cite papers. Okay, brochure, some study must refer brochure of the company, of the product. For example, in my case, I use implant. Okay, so I have to compare different design of implant, so to get the information of the geometrical shape, the sizing, the length. Okay, so I have to get it from the brochure from the company. Okay, so from the brochure we can get the dimension. Okay, so the next one is standard. Standard, you have to read the standard. Some experiment like what I did, I use standard, international standard. Okay, so for biomechanics and biomaterial, normally we use standard to perform experiment. So if you have a material, you want to do a compression test, you have to refer the standard, the standard from international body. Okay, or any national body. Okay, so the standard will show you the exact dimension that you have to cut your specimen, for example. Okay, the exact value of load that you have to push the specimen. Okay, the exact value of height, level. Okay, the dimension of the specimen. Okay, and then the jig, for example, if you have a small specimen, okay, so you have to design a customized jig to fit on the machine. Okay, that one can get it from the standard. So normally for my case, I use a STM, American Standard Testing Material standard, or you can refer any standard. There are many standard from European country as well. you can use ISO standard. Okay, so and then the last one is other online materials. Okay, about the standards wall. So for the electrical part, let's say you want to do a testing, you have to refer the regulation and standard as well. If you want to design a medical device in Malaysia, we do have one authority that monitor all medical device, okay, that register all medical device in Malaysia. So we have to refer MDA, Medical Device Authority, under Ministry of Health Malaysia. Okay, so this one is important to do research. If you not referring the standard or regulation or rules, your research might not very good, might not very I can say that it's not very ethics. Okay, how to get recent and update literature. So normally I will use this search engine. There are many search engine available online. Okay, one of them is this one. Okay, pubmed.ncbi.lnm.nih.gov. So normally I will use this pubmed.government to search any related papers, okay, for my study. Okay, so you can go through this website and then you have to put the keywords, okay, what kind of paper that you are looking for. Okay, so let's say I put the keyword of finite element prosthetic. Okay, finite element prosthetic. So from here, the search engine will show the related papers according to the keyword that you put in. Okay, you can see the finite element prosthetic here, prosthetic finite element, prosthetic finite element. Okay, all right. At the left part, left figure here, left part here, you can set some parameter. If you want to search a literature from a year to a year, then you have to set this scale. Okay. If you want to search an abstract only, you have to click this one. Okay. If not, normally I will search a full paper. Okay, and then article type, article attribute. Okay, so I will open this search engine to 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 explain more about the way on how to get the paper. Okay, so this is the thing that I showed you just now. Okay, from here I put finite element prosthetic as a keyword. Okay, you can see a related paper according to the keyword that you give to the search engine. Okay, all right, at the left part, as I mentioned, you can set a period of paper. Okay, let's say it is default searching, so you can increase the year like this. Okay, let's say you want to search from 2010 until 2021. Okay, and then here we go, you will get the papers from 2010 until 2021 only. Okay, and articles type, you can click on the desired article type that you want. Okay, if you want to have a review paper only, then you have to click review paper only. Okay, so there is only review paper on the given keyword. Okay, right. Okay, so I unclick this one. Okay, you can filter more parameter. You can click this one, additional filter. Okay, article type, there are many. If you want to focusing on engineering, for example, you have to click engineering. Okay, if you want to focusing on the comparative study like this, okay, you have to click comparative. Okay, journal articles. Okay, maybe some related to clinical study. Okay, if you want to change the species, maybe you are doing only human, you have to click human. Language, normally we will use English lah, sets is not very familiar to use. Subject, okay, this one is very specific. If you want to focus on the subject, specific subject, you have to click one. And of course, we have the journal, okay, and ish. All right. So this one is for the subject that used by that used by the scholar, the researcher. Okay. So just click show. You will get the thing that you set just now. Okay. All right. So from here, okay, once you set the parameter, you will get the result. So there are 474 results. Okay. So instead of the previous one, uh, okay, from to 700 something, you set the limitation filter, you have only 474 results. Okay. So if you want to filter again, you have to set everything to make sure that you get the correct papers. Okay, from the result, you can see the title, the title, the title, the title, title, and title, title. Okay, and you can see as well this the basic information of the paper, like author's name. Okay, the journal, prosthetic orthotic international. Okay, the date of publication 2020. All right, and some information about the background, which is a abstract of the paper. And the most important thing is this one. Okay, this one. The article is free, open access or closed access. So open access, normally they will put a free article you can download for free. That one is open access. But some article are not open access, like this one, paper number 3. Okay, there are no sentence that mention free article. Okay, 5, 6. Okay, right. So we click one to show you. Okay, so this is the thing that you will get once you click the link. Yeah, the link. So you will read the abstract. If it is related to your study, you can go further to download the papers. Just click here. Okay, and download papers. Okay, here we go. You will get the papers for free because this is the open access journal. Okay, right. Okay, let's go to the close SL. Close access. This is the one. Okay. Okay, if I try to click this one, is it close or open access? We have to check it. Okay. Also, no PDF version, meaning that you only can read through the website. Okay, I think this one is also open access because they show you everything. Yeah, open access. This symbol means that open access. Okay. So if we go to other journal that not having any free one, okay, this one, okay, just click here. Okay, this one, okay, this one is closed access actually, but fortunately UTM purchase the journal. Okay, then you can download it for free if you are using UTM internet. If you are using your own internet data, then you cannot download. Okay, so this is the thing that you have to know about the open and closed access, how to get the free papers, how to get the closed access paper. Okay, so I return back to my slide. All right, so okay, important, this is the important thing. Okay, in order to find the correct papers, you have to put the correct keyword research. Okay, keyword research. If you are dealing biomaterial, biomaterial is a big umbrella, so you cannot put biomaterial as your keyword. Okay, you have to uh, put a specific keyword. What kind of biomaterial you do? Okay, for example, you are doing biodegradable material, and of course biodegradable material have many material, so maybe you can specify again biodegradable metals. Okay, then you put biodegradable metals in your search engine. Okay, right. So I show you the difference between two different keyword. Okay, let's say I use a finite element prosthetic. Okay, so I can get the paper that related to finite element prosthetic. Okay, if you can see in the slide, you can see the papers appear with the desired keyword that I put in. Okay, so I put finite element prosthetic, so you can see the paper show the keyword that I put. If I put only prosthetic, I only get the prosthetic things, the prosthetic paper. This one maybe not related to engineering, but more to rehabilitation. Okay, rehabilitation, like this. Okay, this one. Okay, maybe clinical study. Okay, so this is example of the correct keyword that you have to put during this searching. Okay, okay. Example of subtopic in chapter 2 for the literature review. This is only example. It is depend on you. It is depend on your field. Okay, it is depend on your writing skill. It is also depend on your supervisor expectation. So this is only example from my PhD student. She put this subtopic in the literature review. So you can see a basic the three sub chapter. The first three subchapter is explaining about anatomy. Okay, anatomy of knee. Okay, the basic thing about knee. Okay, we have to understand the knee. The student should read the anatomical shape of knee to understand the human body before going to have experiment or simulation. Okay, and then more specific on the knee joint, which is anterior cruciate ligament injury. So that one is happen in knee. There are many type of classification. There are many type of injury of ACL. So we have to understand the type. Then we have to choose the correct one. We cannot do everything. We cannot simulate. We cannot do experiment for all classification. Okay, and then the student also study about the reconstruction of ACL, what kind of treatment that available from the literature. Okay, reconstruction, what kind of implant that available from the literature to treat the ACL injury. Okay, and then more specific graft fixation device for ACL. Okay, so there are many type of reconstruction like orthosis. Okay, braces. Okay, operation. Okay, graft and so on. So the student focusing on the graft fixation. So graft fixation is another way. It's another one, which is there are many graft available from the literature. Okay, maybe biodegradable graft, maybe autograft, maybe allograft. Okay, and then apart from that, the student also look at the research have been done by previous researcher. Okay, on the graph fixation. This one is actually we have to find the gap of research. Okay, what kind of element that we can tackle in our proposal, in our research. Okay, so from here we can get the thing that people do not study yet. Okay, that one is gap of research. The thing that people not discover, the thing that people not going to have their research yet, then this become our gap of research. So from here, the student will be able to determine the gap of research. And of course, the last one is about the analysis, finite element, basic about the methodology, the analysis, okay? Because finite element is a method, so we have to understand a method as well. That one method can be get it from book, okay? So that one is established method. So normally we have to search a book to understand the method, the fundamental equation, for example, and then we can put it in the literature review. Okay, and also the biomechanical analysis, what kind of mechanical tests that can be done in the experiment, compression, tensile, okay, torsion, okay, and what kind of in terms of biomaterials thing, what kind of experiment you can done, for example, cells, cell tissue culture, for example, okay, cell preparation, okay. Okay, so like I said, I want to share you a thesis you can download from here, okay. Okay, maybe you can download from e-learning. If you have a e-learning, maybe I can share the link through e-learning later on if we have the e-learning system or account. Okay, so normally I ask my student to use the guideline, the template, either to prepare proposal or to prepare thesis. Okay, so from the proposal, I ask student to use the template because later on the same proposal will be converted into a thesis. Okay, if you start early, then your work in the future will be easier. Okay, all right. For my suggestion, you have to start the first one. You have to start writing even you are in semester 1. Okay, so you, because this is if you spend every day, okay, you spend time every day for every day, you will finish your thesis earlier. Okay, and then the second thing is that when you get idea, maybe during reviewing article, okay, you highlight the things that you will use in your study right in the spot. Do not waiting, do not only read, but you have to read and write. Okay, you read the information that you have from the papers, you write, and then my next suggestion, you do citation on the spot. Okay, all in one. So you can put a dummy article, sorry, a dummy sentences first. Later you can modify the sentence. Okay, as long as the point is there, the citation is there, that one is okay. So later you can modify the sentences. That one will be easier. No need to have more citation later on. Again, number 3, spend at least 5 minutes a day to write sentence for your thesis. Okay, do it every day, at least 5 minutes. If you read 2 or 3 articles per day, maybe you can get one sentence from a paper. Then 3 papers equivalent to 3 or 4 sentences. Okay, 5 minutes only. And remember, your thesis cannot be completed in 1 month. Yes, you must start now. And your proposal can be covered. Yes, as I mentioned just now, your proposal can be converted into thesis later. So write your proposal carefully. Okay. Okay. Basic thing about tense in proposal and thesis. There is only the differences. Okay. Proposal. The only difference between the thesis is on the scope, method, and results. Okay. So the proposal, your scope must be future tense. Okay. Method, future tense. Result, future tense. But the thesis, your scope must be past, past, past. Method past, result past. If you look at the literature, it should be a combination present, future, and past. Similar like this is present, future, and past. Okay. Okay, I think that's all for my section. I wish you all the best for your study, especially for your final year project. And I wish you good luck. If you have any question, maybe you can ask me to WhatsApp or maybe you can ask your supervisor, because the supervisor is the one that know very well your research. Okay. Okay, thank you so very much. So mm, okay, I think that's it. Thank you so very much. See you next time.